Hi, this is Ruth Angelina, and this is Simply Made Fancy. And guess what I have? The autumn harvest of pumpkins. It's time for pumpkin soup. So this is a different type of pumpkin soup. It's more of a savory instead of like that sweet. So I use a variety of different squashes to make it. And then the secret is bacon or pancetta. If you can't get a hold of pancetta, which I couldn't today, but I got the next best thing, which is bacon. Here are the ingredients that you'll need. An onion, either a large carrot or 2 smaller carrots, which is what I got. Sage from my garden, some garlic, then you have some nutmeg, salt, and celery. And of course the bacon or the pancetta. So that's what's gonna make it all savory. I have a couple of different pumpkin varieties or squash varieties. It doesn't really matter what you get, but you want maybe like a butternut squash in there, or a pumpkin or an acorn squash. You can do a little different varieties. And I actually did get like a pumpkin pie pumpkin to put in it. Now this is a lot. I make a big batch. So we can save it and put it in. We actually freeze some of it so that we can have it throughout the season, because it's too involved. So we make it once and then we eat it all throughout the fall. So I'm gonna start cutting these vegetables and then I'm gonna roast them because I like that roasty flavor to it. It just gives another depth of flavor. So it's just basically salt, pepper, and olive oil. You can use a little bit of butter. Put it in the oven for about 30 minutes on a 450 degree oven, and you get them roasted, and then you're gonna do all this in your Dutch oven on the stove. All right, here it is. Now I'm just scooping this. And just putting it just like that. And then I'll put some olive oil and salt and pepper, and it'll roast on the pan just as it is. And once it comes out, this will be just easier to peel off, so I don't have to peel it or do all that. All the squashes are just ready. All I'm gonna do is sprinkle some salt on each, the nutmeg, the pepper, olive oil. Another thing that you can do if you want, you can put your carrots in there and roast them like that. Again, nice and caramelized. All right, so this is an option. You can put all your other veggies here and roast it in the oven, or you could just save it later for the pan. I'm doing like this because I just want to save a little bit more time and not have to like saute everything. So I'm putting everything in here. It just gets a little harder when you're gonna have to remove this if you have all of this stuff in there. So it's that's the only reason why I don't do it most often that way. But here it is. And my bacon, we save it for just the pan, and that's what's gonna get nice and roasted. So I have my Dutch oven. I put a little bit of olive oil. Then let the fat do its thing. This is about 3 slices of 3 strips of a thick bacon, like an apple smoked wood. You can also use like a maple if you wanted a little bit of that sweetness, but this is apple smoked wood. So I added some of the onions that I didn't roast in there so that they can cook in the oil of the bacon. You can, if you want, now I turned the heat off. You can, if you want, remove some of the oil depending on how bacony you want it and oily you want it. I'll probably remove maybe like a tablespoon or two of this oil. Ooh, look at that. So hot. Yeah, this is why I like to do it in the oven. Get that caramelization on there. And now I'm gonna scoop it out and put it in the pot. Okay, so it's super hot and I should let it cool off a little bit, but here it is. You see how it comes off so easily, and then you don't have to peel it. It's just roast it in the oven and do that, so that you don't have to peel it. And veggies.
Yeah, you try.
All the goodness. Next step, I'm gonna put chicken stock. Depending, if you're making a small batch, it's like about 4 cups. If you're making double the size, just as long as you cover all that vegetable. With your stock, you'll be good. Now I'm gonna let that simmer for a little bit so that it can get nice and soft and all the flavors can kind of mix together with that bacon. And then after that, I'll use my immersion blender to blend it down. And the other thing is that you can add cream to it, heavy cream. If you're gonna eat it right away and you wanna add the heavy cream, you can do that. I do it as I'm eating it because I do put it in the fridge or the freezer, and I don't wanna freeze like the heavy cream. I don't think it has like that same flavor afterwards. So I'll just serve whatever we're gonna eat, put some heavy cream, and then the rest I'll freeze and we'll put it in the fridge. And then as I go, whenever I'm gonna make some more for my batch, I put the heavy cream on. That's bubbling and boiling. Let's call that. I'm gonna turn down it on. Then I have the immersion here. Okay, look at that creaminess. Now, if you don't have an immersion blender, you can use your regular blender. Just let this cool down and then you can blend it that way. But the easiest thing is just to get an immersion blender. Look how creamy. And then to this, it'll get like more of like a velvety orangey color once you put the heavy cream on it. But I'm saving it because I'm only putting that for the ones that we're eating, for the portion that we're eating tonight. So I portioned off what we're gonna eat today in another pan. And then now I'm just gonna add the heavy cream. Because this is a small pan, I only added 2 tablespoons. Really, you're just gonna add maybe like a 1/4 cup to like a big one. But this is way back. Okay, we're all done. I have my crusty bread. The recipe is also in a YouTube video. And ladle some of that soup. Delicious. Now this soup is perfect for a nice, cozy fall maybe Sunday or afternoon. Also good to serve as one of the dishes for Thanksgiving, and with this crusty bread. So delicious. Now let me know if you tried this recipe, or if you have other ideas of what else, to make this soup. Maybe you make it with other savory things or other spices that I would like to know. Sometimes you can also put allspice in it, but this is delicious. So let me know if you tried it. And what did you say that this bread tastes like?
Cheesecake Factory bread.
It's good, right? Nice and crusty. It does. It is just. Do you like it?
Yeah.
Keep mad is good.
Soup and bread. What about you, Dylan? Lake.